What made you destroy someone's life? I was 8 months pregnant when the man who planted the seed in me asked to meet me. You see, up to that point, I had no idea who the father was. The only thing I knew was that I had a one-night stand when I got totally messed up at a party, and I woke up in some random man's bed. So when I found out who it was that I went home with that night, I immediately got in contact with him as I told him he was now going to be a father. I was sitting at the restaurant he had chosen, waiting for him to show up. But the moment the man sat at my table, I got a weird feeling. He nodded his head in an old-fashioned way, and as I glanced into his eyes, I remembered something I hadn't thought of since that night. But I brushed that feeling off and we started talking, and he eventually pitched the idea that I either put the kid up for adoption, or I raised the kid by myself, and he would pay me $10,000 every month to never tell anyone he was the father. As good as that sounded to me, it made me quite uncomfortable. And as he stood up to use the restroom, everything clicked in my head. The hazy memory of that night came rushing back, and I remembered this man putting something in my drink before taking me to his house. He then made me do it with him, and I vividly remembered telling him to stop, but he never did. And that's when his money offer made sense to me. It was hush money. As soon as he came back from the restroom, my entire demeanor had changed. As he sat back down, I told him I remembered what he had done, and he froze. He knew that I knew, and his face turned red. He tried to offer me more money, but I was disgusted, and I ran out of that restaurant in tears. He ended up following me out, and I screamed that I was going to the police, but he insisted that they wouldn't listen to me. I laughed because I had DNA proof of his kid. Once I went to the police and hospital to make my report, they ended up finding him guilty. Within a few months, he was locked up, and I had won a bunch of money in the lawsuit.